Beware Romulans bearing gifts.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time. Please enjoy and delve, have a little rummage, see if you like the other videos on the channel, it'd be cool. But massive thanks for tuning in. This is still kind of Christmas time, but I'm not doing it in front of the Christmas decorations now because it's just so much easier to do it here. But I am sporting my new Christmas jumper, my Star Wars Christmas jumper, Mandalorian with Grogu. So that's quite nice. But anyway, this is a very, very small book haul. The reason why it's a small book haul is I wanted to talk about basically the Christmas presents I've got that are just books, because I've had some other Christmas presents. But anyway, this video is 11 books that I've got for Christmas. So I've got tokens and stuff, and I might be able to get some other things. But because of the Read What Your Own challenge, I can't just go out and buy stuff. So that's the way I'm doing the Read What Your Own challenge is until New Year's Day, I haven't been buying anything for a couple of months. So once that's over, I'll have a little bit of grace before I go back to work, possibly, to get a few bits. If I want to, if I can, if I have the time, whatever. But in the meantime, I've had some really, really awesome Christmas presents. So I wanted to talk to you about that. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you like these authors or if you're interested in the books. The second half, the last 5 or 6 books are all related to one thing. So a bit of a theme for this year. So let's start with a couple of books by the same author here. So Chester Himes is an author that I read for the first time this year with a book called Cotton Comes to Harlem. And it's quite nice because he's part of a new kind of period of me trying to read more crime books. I think he's quite an interesting person, and that book was really interesting. So his most famous book is A Rage in Harlem. So I got that, Rage in Harlem, Chester Himes, the Penguin edition. And I also got The Heat's On as well. So The Heat's On and Rage in Harlem, got those for Christmas. Let me know if you have any opinion about those. I've got a really awesome Charles Bukowski book called The Bell Tolls for No One. And these are unpublished short stories. And it's a really awesome cover. It's kind of an interesting kind of layout. It's a bit different for his books. And I quite like the format, actually. And it's got illustrations by Bukowski in it as well. And yeah, it looks really interesting. And it says on the back, from a self-illustrated unpublished work written in 1947 to hard-boiled contributions to the 1980s adult magazines, The Bell Tolls for No One presents the entire range of Bukowski's talent as a short story writer, from straight-up genre writing to postmodern blurring of fact and fiction. An informative introduction by editor David Stephen Collin provides the historical context for these seemingly scandalous and chaotic tales, revealing the hidden hand of the master at the top of his form. I am going to talk a bit about Bukowski in 2024, starting with a video that I've already filmed that's scheduled up for later about his very important role in my early life. But I've got tons of his books, so this is in addition to what I've already got. But it looks really interesting. So The Bell Tolls for No One, Charles Bukowski. You guys, if you've seen my channel much, you may know that I'm a big fan of Blake Crouch, and I've got a book I didn't even know existed by Blake Crouch, which is apparently a new TV series now, but it's called Good Behavior. It's fresh out of prison and fighting to keep afloat. Letty Dobesh returns to her old tricks, burglarizing suites at a luxury hotel, and while on the job, she overhears a man hiring a hitman to kill his wife. Letty may not be winning any morality awards, but even she has limits. Unable to go to the police, Letty sets out to derail the job, putting herself on a collision course with the killer that entangles the two of them in a dangerous, seductive relationship. There are more crime. Good Behavior by Blake Crouch. A bit different for him, I think, compared to the other things I've read by him. So that's interesting. This was really nice. This was bought for me by my daughter, The Drift by C.J. Tudor. And I said it's really nice because we've been talking a little bit about PAX recently. And I have read The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor because PAX sent me a token once. And I said, as a token of gratitude, I I'd buy something with that token that was related to something she had reviewed on her channel. And I happened to pick The Burning Girls by CJ Tudor. So it's kind of nice that there's another reference to packs there with the drift. So this is outside a snowstorm rages. Inside each group a killer lurks, but that's not their only problem. Why is no rescue coming? What are they trying to escape from? And who are the terrifying whistlers? Horror tinged action. An overturned coach full of students. All of them are trapped. A stranded cable car full of strangers. One of them is dead. An isolated chalet full of friends. Soon they'll be enemies. So there we are. So we'll see what that's like. The drift. So also I got a book which is an anthology of new black horror. So horror stories written by black authors. It's called Out There Screaming, and it's edited by Jordan Peele. So this looks really interesting. I've just got this one, and N.K. Jemisin, Cadwell Turnbull, and Eddie Okorafor. I've heard of the others. Oh, P. Jelly Clark, Terence Taylor. So yeah, interesting book potentially. Out There Screaming, horror anthology with a theme. Okay, so now I've got the last bit of the video, which is when I talk about these books. So basically, there's a bit of a theme with the Addams Family for a big bunch of books I got. So I'm going to start with the most spectacular one. It's the smallest one. It's only that big. It's tiny. But this is crazy because this is the first edition, the original first published book by Charles Addams. So the first collection that he brought out, Drawn and Quartered, it's called. And this is literally the first edition, 1946. And the condition is amazing. I've taken out of its, I won't take it out now, but I've taken it out of its plastic covering, and the condition is fantastic. It's really like brand new. So that's awesome. So Drawn and Quartered is the first Charles Addams collection, and I have this 1946 first edition. Wow. There's another one here, Addams and Evil, which I didn't have, and this is another collection of his. So it's literally, sort of the kind of format you're used to with these kind of cartoons collections. Addams and Evil. So very important hole that's been filled. And also, I think it was of his 5th or 6th release collection. He decided to do his own take on the Mother Goose stories. So I have the Charles Addams Mother Goose collection. That's really awesome. It's quite rare. You see, that's Pugsley, isn't it? You see, they're characterised as familiar characters we're used to. There's Uncle Fester there. And Lurch as well. Oh, it's all of them. There's the whole family there. You can see Wednesday and Morticia. So, he's using his characters as well to tell these Mother Goose stories. So that's awesome. And this is the art of the Addams Family animated movie, which I was really impressed with. I thought it was a really good film. So there's a second one now, which I haven't seen yet, but I really did like the first one. And I like the fact the characters were more like the original cartoons than anything else that's come after it. All the TV series and the different films that have come out. This animated film went back to the original cartoons, which I love that. So this is a book of the art of the film. And another thing that's nice about it is it's got references to the original cartoons. So, for example, you've got some designs here in general about some of the interiors. but then it's got a reference there to an actual Charles Addams cartoon. So I like that. So it's relating what these new artists did, and in reference to the old original cartoons as well. That's awesome. And then the last one, which is another Addams Family book, which I'm going to open in a minute. I'm very excited about it. It's sealed at the moment. Brand new. Sealed book. The Evolution of the Addams Family. The Addams Family and Evolution. And it's by... who's it by? It's not written on the front. That's interesting. Okay, so actually this is just like a collection, but it's probably in order because I'm sure it's edited by somebody. Let's have a look. It's edited by, yeah, that's what I thought. So it's by this guy, Kevin Misgrocci. So yeah, so it is put in order. It takes each character one by one, so it's got a bit on Morticia. So it's obviously heavily edited, but it will have loads of the important cartoons in it, as well as some of the way that these characters have evolved ultimately. So yeah, awesome. An evolution of the Addams Family. So, there we are. That's the books that I got for Christmas. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that interesting. Please comment below about any of those books. And see you in the new year. Happy New Year.
Picture